But certainly no one's asking you to throw it forward by 3 metres. Backline very flat outside of him, but there's absolutely no need to throw that pass. So again, the Italians just hammering away through the middle. They're hammering away, but unable to get round the Portuguese defence currently.
There's the man who captains the Portuguese 7 squad, Diogo Matthews from Belenenses. Toluci makes safe. Well, he's kicked well, out of hand and off the floor.
He's played very well tonight. He's been very impressive, been secure under the high ball. He's looked to run well. He's looked to put his wingers away when he's coming to the line as well. I'd just like to see the Italians just a little bit more direct in their attack. They're taking up too much width at the moment. They're not giving their outsides much space at all.
Rob, looks like bad news down below for Portugal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You've got the Benfica centre, Diego Gama, who's coming on to replace, of course, the other Diogo, who's just being taken off by the medical staff of the Portuguese team, of course.
Diego Gama from Benfica then to win his 10th cap and make his first appearance in World Cup rugby. So he'll slot straight into centre, that's his natural position. On the restart then, Bergamasco offloads to the wing three-quarter, Paolo Cannavosio. De Marigny.
Lovely kick.
Beauty. Absolute scorcher.
Very solid play. Take the kick off well. It's the winger coming round there. They used him straight away. There was Cannavosio to set the ball up in the middle of the field, and then the trusted booter De Marigny clears it away. Straight again. We're back where we were. Back in within 40 metres of the Portuguese line, and the Portuguese, well, they haven't made too many visits to the Italian half so far in this match.
No, it must be about 90% territorial domination by Italy, but not a lot to show for it. Just one try, couple of penalty goals.
In the air.
Obstruction in the air, taking the man out while he's... OK, you heard the referee, Marius Jonker.
You can't, of course, you cannot touch the man when he's in the air. It's a real safety issue there. And a correct call by referee Jonker.
And
happily give him that one.
Wonderful kick here.
As we see here, he's well in the air. He's got his arms around him. There's nothing you can say about that one.
Del Fava, the guilty party. And a stunning kick.
Well, here we go. First visit to the Italian 22.
I think it literally is that.
Yes, it is.
They've actually spent 28 seconds in the Italian 22, Simon.
There you are. There's a statistician anorak down below. Rob, thank you. 22 seconds, 28 seconds. Here they have the ball as well. Jose Pinto, replacement Diego Gama. Bit of magic is there here. Pinto, yes, he's pirouetted through the tackle. Needs an offload. Bergamasco scrambles back with the tackle. Now they've got men wide. Portugal should be on here. Offloaded and a try for Penalva. David Penalva. Brilliant score. That was Sevens rugby for you, and what a counter from Portugal to thrill the impartial as well as the Portuguese supporters here tonight. Wonderful try.
That's how you construct a try. Italians, take a look at that one. Superb play by the Portuguese. They peeled the line out off round the back, hit through the midfield with the replacement player Gama, who did very well setting up. Then it was the switch from Pinto, as we see here, and then Pinto making the break here. So the half break he makes, slip through the half tackle at Troncon. Bergamasco tried to put pressure on him. Pinto senses the opportunity out wide. Cabral does very well here. There's your replacement man, Gama, and there's the try, the big man. Penalov. Oh, I'm not even going to try and get that one right, Nigel.
He'll know who it is. Look at him here.
Will.
That will be 50 metres by the time the night is through. Wonderful moment, and David Penalva is the one to score it. His first try for Portugal. Now the chance of the added points. Duarte Cardoso Pinto from the touchline. Unlucky, just shaded the right hand upright. But what a psychological boost this score will be.
As we see it here again, coming through, just worked it beautifully. Beautiful passes you called over the top there. And that's very well finished. But the way they constructed the play, they went through 3 phases of play there. It was all very well done, calculated. They had an extra man there as well. The Italians really found wanting there on the short side. Well played, Portugal.
I tell you what, they could have given a penalty to restart with the shoulder charge without arms of Bortoluci.
Going back for a knock.
And this is where we see the difference between the lesser teams and the strong teams. It's at kick-off time. You've just scored. You've got yourself back within 8 points. 5 minutes to half-time. First thing you do is lose the ball, and it could be a crucial error, that one.
It's unforgivable. And I know Thomas Marais well, and he'll be furious. It's those little details he'll take so much attention to, and they've let him down. Where's the ball? Nobody knows.
Early breaking and taking an opponent away.
Early breaking, taking your opponent away. Well, certainly the ruse fooled everyone, but not the referee.
Number 6, early off and taking an opponent away.
Early off, police say. Watch here. Watch number 6.
Very good call.
Very good.
Of course, the loose forwards, no one allowed to break from the scrum until the ball has actually been cleared, or until the number 8 has detached and put his hands on the ball. So here, as you can see there, he was clearly away from the scrum very early and hindering the defence. It was a correct call from the referee.
I noticed the Portuguese pack are just sort of sauntering up to the line out. I think they're probably looking forward to the half-time break. They've got, what, just over 3 minutes, 4 minutes indeed to play before the half-time whistle. Round goes Ruben Spachuk.
Nigel, such a shame we didn't have a camera on the Portuguese bench when Penalvo went over for that try. They were jumping with joy, honestly, like spring lambs.
It was superb. They're now having to reel backwards, though, as Parise took the interception and set Italy on the attack again. Vara Canale, fullback Bortolussi,
13.
Choncon, Massi, and
very
then
willing defence.
It is a willing defence, and
it is very well organised at the moment as well. They're working hard, the Portuguese. Well, they're down in numbers here.
Well, trust the front row to cock it up.
First knock.
First Castro Giovanni and Giraldini. I don't know. I firmly believe it should be a last resort to get your tight head, my goodness, tight head prop forward and hooker somewhere between your two centres.
No, as soon as, well, if they are going to be there, they've got to be coming from real depth. The problem is at the moment, the Italian, it's just one flat line across the field. If they're coming from depth, they can be brought into the play by the more skillful ball players in the back line. This was lovely play. Again, he's had a real impact since he's come on, his Gama. He half breakthrough, unfortunately tried to force the pass. Parisi there was on hand to pick it up, much to the delight of his girlfriend in the crowd, I'm sure.
But he's had a moment at least tonight to remember, regardless of the outcome. But 13-5. Well, I think given the amount of ball, Portugal will be pretty well pleased. And another brilliant line kick from Duarte Pinto.
Well, they've identified that obviously the scrum's not stacking up very well there. So coming in there, they just send one of the backs in there to support the number 8 Uva when he picks up and takes it away. That secures possession, sets the platform for Pinto to clear it away nicely, which he's done very well. Not long to hold out till half-time now. Vital the Portuguese don't take another score before the break.
2 minutes on the clock. Down under pressure is Jose Pinto. They need a scrum half here, but the forwards are going to take the wedge, and off goes João Uva, not to be confused with Vasco or Gonçalo. 2 brothers and a cousin. Remarkable 3 of one family in 1:15 in a World Cup. They've worked that well. On to Ruben Spachuk.
The Italian very well organised around the base of the scrub, around the base of that maul.
Pinto to Pinto, was meant to go to Matthews, but it was all under huge pressure. Now Italy, golden chance here. 5-3 out wide. Bortolami, good pass to Bortolussi. Then Canale to Pratichetti. 15 metres out, scurrying back. Some rather tired, leaden-footed Portuguese defenders. They've got to defend again. Now it's Vossawai, big impact player, but again, bravely fell. Troncon, half chance, closed down by Thiago Girau.
Get back here.
Can they survive this last minute without conceding, Portugal, or can Italy make a more obvious reflection of their territorial and possession dominance?
Step.
18 metres out, to drive again from Bortolami. Troncon sees half gap, and it's a block, is it? It's going to be a penalty against Portugal once more. Offside. A little bit of nasty, a little bit of aggro. Pierre Berbizier, Italy's coach, will not be happy. Vossawai still receives attention. Bortolussi kicks for goal. sensible option, and that summons the half-time whistle. And at 16 points to 5, Italy, well, they've dominated the game in terms of possession, in terms of territory. They've not got a lot to show for it. A couple of Bortolussi penalties, 3 now, plus his conversion of Massi's try. But Portugal so lifted by that wonderful score with their one real attack. It's 16-5 to Italy at the break. Moment of truth then, really. Italy wants some confidence to come. They regard their chances of being very realistic, and so they should, of beating Scotland in St Etienne in the final pool game. And that victory, of course, would ensure them a place in the quarter-finals. But they're going to have to improve on what they've done so far tonight. And once again, Portugal just hammer them back into their own half. Some wonderful kicks.
Beautiful kick there, but sloppy play by Parisi there. He's guarding the touchline there. He should have kept that one in play without any problem. A football of his calibre, that's a big mistake, and it's an early let-off for the Portuguese. They're down in the opposition half, and this is a good way for them to start the second half.
Penalva, the hero of the try. He won the line-out. Now they tried to set up their own driving wedge. Italy counter at 6s and 7s, not in unison. Good, perfect layback. Pinto to Duarte Pinto. Wide, Antonio de Aguilar. On the retreat though, powerful riposte from both Canali and Parisi. Bortolussi. Sliced it. Came off the outside of his boot, bit like my drives on the long holes. Pedro Cabral.
I think the Portuguese would quite like it to be broken up like this, loose kicking. It opens a bit more of the field up for them to run into.
Duarte Pinto again. Canali though, he meant to float that beyond him. Canali, chip and chase. Girau. Good support here. Portugal getting plenty of men up there, but still turned over. Troncon, flat ball. Massi to Giraldini. Well taken by Bortolami. At pace is Bergamasco. Out wide is Canavosio. And the block eventually of Pedro Cabral, enough to put the ball in touch and save the day.
Well, it's very well worked there with the turnover. Good pressure from the Italians. But Canavasio, what was he doing there? The kick ahead certainly wasn't the option. He's got to keep that ball in hand. So close to the touchline. He's got no one in front of him. Have a go at the man. And they bring it back on the inside, restart. He had 2 players in support there. The kick ahead is a rather needless play. Fortunately for the Italians, they got the line out throw. But again, it was a chance to restructure the play and start again.
So a team with so much experience by comparison. Italy with 6 men from the last World Cup in this starting lineup. Indeed, Parisi back from '99 as well. They know what the big occasion's all about. They have the experience of the 6 nations behind them. Wins at Murrayfield, wins in Rome against Wales this season.
Great defence so far from the Portuguese, but numbers stacking up on the right here for Italy.
Big threat here, off goes Lo Cicero.
Run away 3.
Troncon. This is big Del Fava. Still the line is not quite reached. Troncon dispossessed. The kick away by Vasco Uva. A knock-on, and it's an earlier knock-on by Italy, which will bring them the relief of the scrummage. Well, I mean, Italy had to score there.
Well, they did. They were well structured, but you've got to say the defence was superb from the Portuguese, and just the call of the knock-on here against Troncon. The kick through, and actually they won 40 metres with that loose kick through. I'm not sure this is an advantage for the Portuguese to come back for a 5-metre scrum.
Not even sure it was a knock-on, to be fair to Troncon.
Okay, we're starting from the beginning. Crouch.
So there's the man who was man of the match against England and Scotland this year. Oh, look at the drive of the Italian pack. But they've made a mess of the heel back from Vasawai. It comes. And here, again, the little fisticuffs breaks out, the manhandling, and a penalty to Portugal.
Well, Vosavai, for all his ball-running capabilities, for a big, strong man that he is not a natural number 8 to me. He does not handle the ball well at the back of the scrum. And again, we see evidence that was a huge effort by the Italian tight forwards there. Really shoved them back. That was another try-scoring opportunity, just blown by the Italians.
Absolute made a mess of a dynamic scrummage.